We are in a war, whether we want to believe it or not. When I was a kid, there was a movie entitled The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming. This was a comedy. It wasn't that funny, nor is it now. But we know now that they are here. Let me explain. Fox News is either a willing co-conspirator or a dupe. Now we know the GOP is too. Let me explain. Donald Trump in recent speeches has said the U.S. is becoming a communist country. We had no idea he meant it literally. He wants us to be like Russia, or in his addled mind, the USSR, which I guess is the same thing in his mind, like we're in the 1950s, which might be the last time he was sane. But he doesn't know any different. Do you know any Fox viewers? They don't know any difference either. The people who used to hate Russia? Bizarre. You bet. And we're just getting started. The Russians aren't coming. They're here. This week, probably the most important story of the year broke. The GOP, having become partner of the Russians, along with the biggest dupe of all, Donald Trump, have been desperately trying to impeach Joe Biden. The reasons are many, they say, and they are all dumb. I mean, come on, really stupid. Donald Trump doesn't want to be the only candidate that has been impeached. If they could impeach Biden twice, all the better. These guys, Jim Jordan and James Comer, are the dumbest guys in Congress. And that's saying a lot when you have all these clowns in competition. They have been in the vanguard of pushing lies. Now they've been caught. Not that you'll hear it on Fox. One lie in particular might just lead to the end of the whole mess. For years, the story is being pushed by Fox News, an oxymoron if there ever was one, has been Hunter Biden's laptop. Surely you've heard it. Everybody's heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, then you must be here by mistake because you don't watch the news. If you only watch Fox, then you probably don't know how badly they've lied to you. Fox and Republicans have been all over a guy who says he has proof that Joe Biden took bribes from Ukraine. Burisma. Name ring a bell? $5 million worth, along with his son Hunter. Yesterday, Biden's brother was questioned by these clowns behind closed doors. What did they want to hide? Hunter Biden refused to testify behind closed doors because they would lie about what he said. This wasn't on Fox. They've been pushing this story like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill with vigorous effort. A year ago, Comer said their star witness could not be found. This was a 3-day story, but somebody should have been paying closer attention. That star witness has now been found and arrested and is being charged with lying to the FBI. This guy has been an FBI informant for years. When his name was given to the idiots in Congress, they rejoiced. They had proof. The Phoebe said, not so fast. In their minds, he was not a reliable witness. Republicans didn't care. Of course they didn't care. They have no shame. A lie to them is as good as the truth, as long as it serves their purposes. As long as it's something Sean Hannity can push. For the entire Biden first team, Fox has been pushing 2 stories. Immigration and Biden is corrupt and should be impeached. This was their star witness. The proof. Now that guy has been impeached himself. He's not a credible witness, no more than Sean Hannity is a credible journalist. He's a hack, a useful idiot of Putin. Heard that before? Turns out the guy who has proof of Biden taking bribes got it from, wait for it, the Russians. What? The only witness to Biden's alleged corruption is another Russian plant. His name is Smirnov. Of course it is. He's Israeli American, but how could he be a Russian spy? Who knew? In 2016, the Russians meddled in our elections. That was proven, except on Fox News. That is a true statement regardless of the BS the right-wing media and politicians shout in between ads for My Pillow and buying gold. A lie told often enough becomes the truth. The man who said that was Adolf Hitler's propaganda minister, Joseph Goebbels. Fox News has been lying to the American public since it started. One has to ask, was Roger Ailes paid by the Russians? Or were they just co-conspirators? Make no mistake, people, we are under attack by the enemy within, supported by the country that's been trying to defeat us for a century. This is what modern warfare really looks like, an attack on democracy itself. Russia is not a democratic country. Putin is going to be reelected very soon because there's no opposition. Russia does not have two political parties. There are no other choices. What is exactly what the Republicans want here? They want to destroy the Democratic Party and be the only party. And Joe Biden. They want to be a one-party state like Russia. Do you get that? I'll repeat it. Do you get that Russia is attacking the U.S. every day, every year, and they have been using Republicans to do it? This isn't politics. This isn't partisanship. This is reality. This is war. It's hard to believe, but this is what war looks like. They can't invade us like they have Ukraine, not with troops, but with lies and deceit, and using the ambitions and stupidity of politicians to undermine the foundations of our country, democracy. This is what we mean when we say this election is for the soul of our country, for our rights and our freedoms. Whenever Republicans use the word freedom, remember, it's their freedom, not yours. That's the way it is in Russia. That's the way it is with one-party states. That's the way Donald Trump wants it. That's what Comer and Jordan and the biggest idiot in the Senate, Ron Johnson, and the Russian henchmen like Ted Cruz, Tom Cotton, Josh Hawley, their freedom to control you. They have to be held to account. We have to demand they answer for their crimes, which is the subversion of the United States. Imagine if they had succeeded on January 6th. This is what we've been trying to tell you. The sickness that they talk about is a cancer that they have been spreading, backed by Fox News. Still are. Fox hasn't backed down. They doubled down. Without Fox, this would not be happening. Rush Limbaugh was a minor distraction of the radical right. He was a clown whose followers latched onto Fox News and became the Republican Party we've been saddled with. Has it been Russian all along? How do we know? This is your country they are trying to take over. Even if you're a Trump supporter, these are your rights that they are taking too. You will live under the Russian regime if Trump is reelected, if Republicans are still in there, if they haven't been taken down, slapped around, punished, and said, you go live in the woods for a while until you get your shit together. We cannot be free as long as they are around to take away the opportunities that our children had your children had, your children will not have. They won't be free. Are Russians free? If they demand freedom, they're killed. We know this. What we have not known the whole time is how closely aligned the Republican Party has been with the Russians. What we thought was nothing more, as if it could be so simple, is a disagreement between the two sides of a political debate. What we didn't know, we were being systematically undermined by people who would do us great harm. The enemy within. The GOP has to be no more. Fox News is a wholly owned, in thought if not financially, a subsidiary of Russia and Vladimir Putin. He is Trump's puppet master. I think we've all seen that now, supported by Fox. Yes, we didn't know how much, but now it's all in the open, all out. The Republicans say they are going forward with the impeachment inquiry with no witnesses. Trump continues his quest to make the U.S. a communist country, a shithole, and spreading American carnage. They will not stop. So we have to send them a message. Donald Trump, Fox News, the Republican Party, actually the populist front of the Russian attack on the U.S. The Russians aren't coming, they're here. The only way to win this war is a total defeat of Trump and the Russians, the Republicans, and Fox News. A vote for a Republican is a vote for Russia. Vote Democrat one time and end the attack on the American democracy.